This week, Whale Shark is brought to you by all the colours of the rainbow.
Whale Shark!
Hello, or as we say in Wales, in purely calorific terms, this was the stupidest opening I've done. Welsh is viewed by some as a beautiful, poetic language. It is seen as the flowery paintbrush of the poets of old. While Welsh is viewed by others as a silly made-up language, it is seen as a flourish of nonsense and daftness. At first glance, these two things may seem to contradict each other, but actually I've discovered that they are different ways of looking at the very same thing. Take insects, for example. Insects, 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 insects. Not to be confused with incest. I was told recently by a friend that her Welsh, non-Welsh speaking husband often found mirth in the naming of certain insects. Case in point, the ladybird. Now the Welsh phrase for ladybird is buwch goch gota, which roughly translates to little red cow. I can sort of see his point here, that's clearly not a little red cow, it's an insect. But what I was more disappointed about when I learned about this is that originally I thought it translated to buwch goch got half, which is a red cow in a summer coat, which I think is more true to what it should be. Now I've picked a difficult example to defend Beer because buwch goch gota, that's an inherently stupid name, but I think that's the point really, is that people who say that's a stupid name for an animal are missing it. They don't understand that it is. And it's not stupid because Welsh is a stupid language. It's stupid because whoever named it had a daft sense of humour. Now I'd imagine that for a lot of English speakers, English is their only language, and they might find it slightly more difficult to step outside the language and see the inherent idiocy of some of the ways they name animals. For example, the ladybird is called a ladybird in English, and I would argue that roughly about 50%, I'm guessing, 50% of the ladybird population are ladies, and 0% of the ladybird population are birds. American English, however, on its never-ending quest to make the language as functional and interesting as possible, altered the ladybird to the ladybug. So at least it is actually a bug, while I would still argue that roughly only about 50% of the ladybug population is actually feminine. And who knows how many of them are actually ladies. Another prime example of the silly naming of insects is the woodlouse, which in Welsh is a torchoid or mochacoid, which translates to either tree hog or tree pig. A pig that lives in a tree. Whereas the English term for one of those is a granny grey. Now, I can only speak for myself, but I think I know which one I'd prefer to have its own Saturday morning television cartoon show. The pig that lives in a tree is wood pig. The pig that lives in the wood, that is made out of wood, that's the one I would prefer. Now, in fairness, there are many regional names for a woodlouse. Some of my favourites being the pillbug, the armadillo bug, and the chuggy pig. Chuggy pig is pretty good. What are your favourites? Why don't you go all up in the down below and leave your favourite names for insects? I'm looking to expand my insect-based knowledge. Help me out. Now over to me for an ultra-practical, everyday, useful Welsh word. Me. I haven't got anything for you. You told me I thought you said you'd prepared a word. Well, if you've prepared a word, do it. Stop making me look like an idiot. I've prepared a word. Bwrdd. It's a stupid word. I'm sorry, I'll stop. And then Woodpig said, "You can't do that to me, you stinking monkey. My hooves are logs. I punch like an oak." There you go, that's the ending of my first script for Woodpig. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to put up some links. And I'm going to eat the other finger of this twirl. And by the time I finished, you better have clicked on one of them.
Just drop that on the floor. Oh, I can't stand it when people talk when they eat. Click a link then. And subscribe as well. Oh, it's disgusting. I hope he doesn't mess up this steak because he hasn't got another finger. Click a link then if you think it's gross. God. Oh, I moved myself there. Click a link.
I'm ashamed of myself. Bwrdd.